Hello everyone, we're still playing in Final Fantasy XIV and there's going on a seasonal event called The Rising, which is a 9th celebration, like anniversary of Final Fantasy XIV, and it has some small quests to it and some small reward, and also some fireworks in Limsa. So without further ado, let's check it out. Here we have a Rising attendant. Let's talk to her. In looking to the past, we take solace in the present and think of what the future may hold. That is the very essence of the Rising. This year we have prepared a spectacular fireworks celebration. It is sure to enthrall everyone in attendance. What is the Rising? The Rising is a period of remembrance that commemorates those lives that were lost during the great tragedy that was the Calamity. We also pay tribute to the unsung heroes who risked life and limb that others might know a brighter future. And so the streets are decorated with somber drapings, and the night skies filled with vibrant fireworks. The solemn atmosphere and bright lights above may spur others to reflect on the doom portended by Dalamud. By doing so, they might give thanks for the present and muster hope for a brighter tomorrow. Lest you wonder, the observances are being held in Ul'dah. If you wish to participate, we invite you to pay a visit to the Sultanate. Alright. I guess Ul'dah is our next destination. Without further ado, let's see. I remember last year we got some kind of a parasol with the ffXIV logo on it. Wonder what we're going to get this year. And I believe here it is. Some unusual for Ul'dah decorations. And here is our wandering minstrel, which is an avatar of Yoshi P. Let's talk to him. Newfound Journey. Clockwork Solace. And this is an Emet-Selk. No lands must remain beyond its grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule. The Wandering Minstrel has a request for an experienced adventurer. Let's hear him out. If it isn't my dear adventurer friend, pleased am I to see you again. Have you perchance come to join us in remembering the Calamity? If you have a moment, there's a favor I would ask of you. Will you not hear me out? In part due to the promotional effort during the recent Moonfire Fair, more people are seeking to take up adventuring. Not all are yet wise in the ways of the world, however, and I fear they might fall prey to less principled types in Ul'dah. If one such as you were to help them on their way, I would feel more at ease. What say you? Will you not take a fledgling adventurer under your wing? I'm truly grateful. Now, I believe a carriage is due to arrive shortly. If you go and wait at the gate of Nald, chances are a soul will wander in who has just embarked upon the path of adventure. Pray greet them and offer your help. Worry not, you will have no trouble identifying them. You need but look for someone absorbed in their surroundings. I dare say it will feel like glimpsing into the past, right to the part where you are greeted by a helpful stranger. So it's like we're going to greet a newfound adventure, like we were some time ago. Oi, adventure, over here. Is this your first trip to Ulda? Welcome to Ulda. I like the first one. Oi, adventure. I believe this cutscene was exactly the same as the players get when they start the game. The only problem, I have started in Limsa, so I was on a ship. And I didn't see this Ulda route or Ulda beginning. Where are you? Bright-eyed youth, I didn't notice it at first. An experienced adventurer, you say? And you want to help me on my way? Well, I could certainly use some guidance. I've never been anywhere near as big and busy as Ulda. My name is Nagia Jakya, or whatever, but just Nagi will do. And as you rightly guessed, I'm an aspiring adventurer. That's why I left my village and came here. So I understand that you first need to register at Adventurers Guild. Do you know where it is? Yeah, I have an idea. Just imagine arriving at a new giant city and being greeted by some kind of a legend warrior in a very gaudy armor. Just through that door, is it? Thank you, I'll head there at once. He's very eager to start. He's gonna get in trouble like that. Nagi rushes off before you can offer further explanation. Perhaps you should follow him to the quicksand. Wait, quicksand? Why the quicksand? Oh, it's the tavern called Quicksand. I completely forgot about it. I thought it was here or something. In and out, in and out. Come on, Nagi, you can do it. Oh, it's you again. To be honest, I'm quite nervous. It's heartening to have you here too. Why, hello there. What can I do for you today? The lad's here to register, is he? Yes, madam, I wish to join the Adventurers Guild. My name is Nagi Jakya, and I'm 16 years old. Practically a man grown. 16? He looks like he's supposed to go to university already. It's like around 20 years. Aren't we a lively one? Moment is the name, and if you want to be an adventurer, then you have come to the right woman. There's nothing to it really, you just need to write your name in the register. Come, come. With that, you're officially a member of the Adventurers Guild. If you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you Stop your bloody toe, right? Of course I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's vows with the womenfolk from time to time. I believe it's an Easter egg to some quest from before. Now then, normally I would offer you the grand tour. But in light of present company, I reckon you ought to have it from her. She's a renowned adventurer after all, the bleeding champion of Eosia, and you could do far worse than to get her advice. To begin with, mayhap you could recommend a guild here in Ulda for Nagi to join. If it's too noisy here, there are benches just outside where you can have a nice little chat. It's not very crowded, it shouldn't be noisy. I guess she just wants to get rid of us. Oh. This fake Alize is here. I must confess, choosing a guild is quite daunting. I would appreciate any advice you can offer. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Alright, let's talk guilds. I'm all ears, Decima. Adventure can be dangerous. What attracted you to it? Why do you want to become an adventurer? Let's start with the second one. A merchant who was in the carriage with me, something, asked me much the same thing. I believe we might know this merchant. At the time, I couldn't give a proper answer. I had a reason for leaving home, of course, but I couldn't express it in words. But having now set foot in Ulda, it's become clear in my mind. I wanted to know what lay beyond the horizon, wanted to see it with my own eyes and be amidst it. You have been to many places, right? You like it then? Traveling, that is... I love traveling. There's nothing like the thrill of seeing new sights. Traveling is nice, but I would prefer to put my roots down somewhere. I think the first one's more appropriate for a Warrior of Light. So you do. I have an older sister. During the calamity, we fled Gridania and took refuge in a village in the mountains. I ended up staying in this secluded place, and it's long been a dream of mine to travel the world. But inexperienced as I am, I don't know if I could live a life on the road. Is there a guild that could equip me with the skills I need? One representing students of the fighting arts, one representing crafters and gatherers. That's a hard choice. I think let's point him to the fighting arts. I see, a place where I can learn how to protect myself and others. If I recall correctly, Ulda is home to the pugilists and thaumaturges guilds. And gladiators as well. Of these two, I would choose the pugilists. I've always enjoyed rigorous exercise, and I'm quite confident in my physical abilities. Yes, I believe this is the guild to me. I'll go and join at once. Believe you're alright by yourself? I can show you to the guild if you like. Let's offer him a hand. No? Thanks for your concern, but I should be fine. If you still have time, though, could we meet again afterwards? There are a few more things I would like to ask you about. Great, I'll look for you here when I'm done. You wait a good while, but there's no sign of Nagi. Perhaps you should look in on him at the Pugilist Guild. Go to Pugilist Guild. I remember last year some people were doing some music in this scene. But we don't have anyone here right now. Here's the guild, Pugilist Guild. A cutscene. That was the most impressive display, young one. Watching you, I'm reminded of myself in my youth, swift, strong, and handsome. Not to say that I'm not these things anymore, of course. I believe it's pretty much the same when you try to get into Pugilist Guild. You're too kind, Master Hammond, and I'm sure you are still all these things and more. Now, Nagi, take care you don't flatter the old man overmuch. His neck couldn't bear his head getting any larger. Oh, Decima, I'm glad to say that pugilism agrees with me. My thanks for your recommendation. Well, I didn't really recommend you to go here, but whatever. Well now, Decima, to think that you are the one who sent Nagi to us. The lad possesses rare talent, and I look forward to watching him grow in our art. Right then, my boy, remember today's lesson well, and keep at your training. Next time we shall try something a little harder. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. So engrossed was I in the combinations, I lost track of time. Oh, I should mention something. As I was training, a peculiar minstrel approached me. He said that if I'm resolved to walk an adventure's path, I should seek him out for a task. Moreover, he asks that you accompany me, if you're willing. He is apparently waiting at the Ruby Road exchange. So you should have approached him. Here he is, Decima, the minstrel. My friend, you have done a splendid job as a guide. I was right to entrust the task to you. What? Do you mean to say Decima approached me at your behest? She did, I must confess. You see, for my next composition, I seek to capture the essence of the times. While any number of subjects would be worthwhile, of greatest interest to me is the recent rise in the ranks of adventurers. In thus bringing different generations of adventurers together, I had hoped for inspiration to strike, and I'm pleased to say that it has. Drawing upon your experience walking your path, you have helped Nagi to begin walking his. I remember that the present owes its existence to the past. That is to say, the present and the past are deeply entwined. If we would capture the former, we cannot well disregard the latter. And this brings me to my next request. I ask that you each find an object with a connection to the calamity, the event which gave rise to the realm's rebirth, and present it to me with its tale. Well now, that sounds not unlike a treasure hunt, and it would be my very first task as an adventurer. What do you say, Desma? Shall we do it? Excellent. When you have your items, pray seek me out at the Ruby Road exchange. I eagerly look forward to seeing what you bring. There are many vendors at the ffXIV exchange, right? Chances are they will have something, so let's begin our search there. So he's kind of giving us the direction. Actually, we are supposed to do that. We are some kind of guides or mentors in here. Who is this guy? Emmeline. Don't remember him. Some random NPC, I guess. But with a name. Come on, let's begin looking around. Nagia Jakia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with the quest objectives. You can leave Nagi Jikaya behind by entering a different area or by speaking with him and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Nagi Jikaya accompany you again, return and speak with him at the original location. Yeah, conversation points, we all know that. Let's start with the conversation point. Oh, it is the local cuisine? Goodness, but everything looks amazing. In the course of our journey, you must have sampled all kinds of food, from simple fare to exotic feasts. I look forward to sampling everything too. An object with a connection to the calamity. I wonder what manner of things we'll find. Yeah, no idea. God damn it. I've skipped it. Object with a connection to the calamity, say? Why, I have just the thing. An amethyst ring from Ishgard, steeped in sentimental value. 5 years ago, on the eve of the Battle of Cotonio, a young temple knight set out from his homeland, wishing to do his part for Eosia when his nation would not. Alas, the man never arrived in the flats. En route, he came upon a merchant being attacked by a dragon, and lost his life going to the stranger's aid. This was his ring, an heirloom passed down through his line. What a tragic tale. But I wonder, how did the ring find its way back? If the knight fell, it seemed the merchant couldn't have survived unscathed. I remember now. Though the knight was mortally wounded, he succeeded in striking down the dragon, and with his last breath he entrusted the ring to the merchant. Yes, that's how it happened. That's very suspicious. So, what do you say? If you are interested, I would be willing to part with the relic for a special price, but for today only. This feels a bit dubious. Shall we look around for some more? There's bound to be other things out there. Something tells me we'll not find anything here. They're just gonna lie to us. Greetings and welcome to my exhibit. Please feel free to browse at your leisure and don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions. We are looking for objects that bear a connection to the calamity. Do you have anything that fits the description? As a matter of fact, I do. Yonder pane, entitled The Sultanas 7, depicts an inspiring event from the calamity. It was the final days before the fall of Dalamut. Its inexorable approach foretelling our impending doom. Panic spread like wildfire, while many in their desperation turned on the Sultanate. Looting and rioting broke out across Ulda. To quell the masses, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo ul Namo took to the streets with a guard consisting of only 7 subjects, for they alone had the courage to stand with their Sultana. There she addressed the rabble. Heed me, my beloved citizens, the realm lies upon the brink of the 7th umbral era, yet so long as we live, we must not forget our compassion. Now is not the time to take from your neighbor, but to proffer him the hand of succor. By the way, there's her portrait behind this guy. Brought to their senses by her words, the people laid down their arms and set about healing the wounds they themselves had inflicted on Ulda, and those who returned from the battlefield found their home much as they had left it, a gleaming jewel in the desert. Well, I believe he's actually talking about this picture. He's selling it, basically. Her Majesty sounds like a great ruler. Ulda is fortunate to have her watching over it. Well, she actually almost got killed recently, but whatever. Thanks for sharing the tale. It's indeed inspiring and you have done an incredible job capturing it in glass. So far so good, let's look around just a little more. Well, this guy is not as suspicious as the previous one. We have another named guy, Aston. I'm pleased to present the works of Jiben Tia, the brightest new star in the world of glass art. His artistry and craftsmanship will astound and inspire you. House of Splendors, what kind of place is this, I wonder? I see you're not familiar with the house. We offer wares in exchange for scripts, but our services are available only to those whom we know and trust. They're not gonna make too much of the scripts like that. So if I want to be a customer, I need to make a name for myself. One day, Nagi, one day. Greetings from daily necessities to unusual curios. I deal in all manner of wares. If there is something in particular you seek, you need but ask. Objects to do with the calamity? The two of you are adventurers, are you not? In which case I have something that may be of interest. It's a journal I acquired from an adventurer who retired injured. The man recorded his experiences during the calamity in detail, and I dare say it has value for students of history. Oh, an adventurer's first-hand account. I would love to pore over it. Do you keep a journal of your adventures as well, Decima? If so, I would love to read it too one day, with your permission, of course. Sometimes I'm not even sure if Decima is literate, if she can write. Well, for another historical piece, I also have a scrapbook of articles from The Raven, Gridania's leading tabloid. These mainly cover events outside the calamity, however. Articles from The Raven, you say? I dare say we've seen enough. Let's find a quiet spot to discuss what to bring back. You've seen enough objects and learned the stories behind them. Make your way to the end of the Sapphire Avenue exchange with the Nagis and speak with them. So I guess we'll have to choose which item we're gonna get. And I'm inclined to get this journal. Right, this looks Like as good a spot as any. I don't know about you, but that was all very new and exciting for me. Talking to myriad people, learning the tale behind each object. It's been a great experience and I won't soon forget it. Now then, we need to decide what we want to take to the minstrel. Have you made up your mind? The Guardian Knight's Ring? Absolutely not. The Sultana's 7 Pain. That's not a bad one, but the Retired Adventures Journal, that's what must be interesting. I see, I see. I did consider that too, but in the end settled on something else. What is it? Huh. If you don't mind, I would like to keep it a surprise. Come, let's purchase our respective items and meet back where the minstrel awaits. And he chose something completely different that we have not even seen yet. You obtain the Retired Adventures Journal. We got teleported back here. Where's our guy? Ah, you'll find out what I choose soon enough. Welcome back. You have each found an item, I trust. Of course we did. Well now, what have we here? The Journal of an Adventurer, you say. Despite the vendor's claims, such records typically do not have much historical value, on account of their limited perspective and inherent partiality. Yet, by the same token, they have great value to me, for they offer a glimpse into the writer's heart. There is no richer material for penning verses. Now then, what of you, young Nagi? And what might this be? It's a scrapbook of articles from the Raven. Oh, we've actually heard about it. I thought it's going with the journal, but whatever. You see, my sister is a reporter for the tabloid. During the calamity, she traveled the realm, interviewing adventurers about their journeys, and I loved nothing more than to hear her tales. They seemed like such a diverse crowd of adventurers. No two people were alike, and yet they were united in the free, unshackled lives they lived. It struck a chord with me, and in time I found myself admiring them. Looking back, it was my sister who instilled in me the desire to see the world, to become an adventurer. That's why I chose this scrapbook. I see, the footprints someone leaves on their journey become the starting point for another. Yes, a verse comes to me, a blessing for those souls who are taking their first cherished steps into the unknown. Pray, lend me your ears. Greetings, warrior of light. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your very mind? Perhaps or perhaps not. It is a pleasure to meet you again, as I have in the past. I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. First of all, I wish to thank you for continuing to grace us with your presence. You and your fellow adventurers are our inspiration, and this shall never change. The world, however, is an ever-changing place, mysterious in its elusiveness. Unexpected hardships might turn our lives upside down, and though we all desire peace deep in our hearts, the sparks of conflict never cease to be struck. Like an adventurous journey, the world is constantly moving towards the unknown, and it takes considerable courage to alter course. Yet I ardently believe that it is a small but significant step in our quest to create new adventures. Indeed, another great change is about to visit the world, and it shall open the way to exciting new journeys. And 'tis our abiding hope that our journey together shall ever continue on, to the distant horizon and beyond. Now, the time has come to this vision to end, time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. Return to walking your path, and know that you are in our hearts always. Till next we meet, till next we meet, I bid you safe travels. So, Yoshida is implying something about the next expansion, I guess. Is some big change is supposed to happen to the world? Thank you for the generous reward and the uplifting verse. It gives me courage for the road ahead. Speaking of which, it's time I set out on my own. Though it was brief, I enjoyed our time together and I hope to see you again somewhere out there. Come what may, never forget to smile. Pass my regards to your sister. I look I look forward to hearing your tales. I like the third one. And we'll never hear from him again. Though much and more was lost in the calamity, intrepid souls continue to set forth, paving the way unto the future. In such a moment in history do we stand, and for you I would perform another song. Your life is a riddle to bear gladness and grief. Neath stars and through storms the answers to seek. Your footprints are threads to be gathered and woven. A song of dawn, resplendent, dancing high to the heavens. I don't understand it. From the embrace of the gods, though mankind has been torn, upon winds eternal lives and memories are born. The future is unwritten, bring it rapture or sorrow. Our journey shall continue unto tomorrow and tomorrow. Guess I made it even worse. And some more fireworks. I wonder, how did you feel as you watched Nagi set off? Did the sight fill you with worry for a fledgling adventurer, or did it awaken fond memories of your own humble beginnings? Not gonna lie, neither of those. We're not gonna see him ever again anyway. Whichever it may be, I know that yours is a journey more trying than most. There will be times damn it. There will be times when you are overcome by loneliness, and each step feels heavier than the last. In such a moment, I bid you remember this. So long as you harbor love for this world, ever shall there be a place for you in it. Your adventures will never end. That's very promising. Let's hope we'll get much more expansions and adventures in FF14. This game deserves it, and its players also. And the quest is complete. There's our new minion. Where he is. There's our little guy Solus. So I guess we're done with the Rising event. Let's see if something happening on the scene. There's our minstrel. The end of one journey marks the beginning of another for all those who continue to forge on in a world risen from the ashes. This humble minister would offer a song. Well, I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Have a good one and take care.